Hello everyone, yesterday's video that I created was a reminder of how manifestation works, and was made with the intention of clearing some of your doubts regarding manifestation. In that video, my lovely subscriber Simone Harlow shared a very valuable point that I had touched on slightly in my previous videos. In today's video, I am going to mention what it is that she was trying to convey through her comment, and I would like to thank her for being a wonderful contributor in our manifestation community, Game of Beliefs. If you have clicked on this video, you are either familiar with Neville Goddard's teachings or you are consciously manifesting something. You have watched some videos or read some books and found out one thing that is common, and that is to stay in the state of wish fulfillment. You've probably seen on YouTube that you have to start living from the end of having your desire. You know that it makes some sense to you, and you start practicing the law by assuming that you have your desire. You perform imaginal acts, either by visualizing, affirming, or using another method that provides you with satisfaction and relief. When a person is new to the law, they become obsessed with the idea of living from end, and it becomes their only task from day to night. Some of them are so concerned with it that they think, if I don't do it 24/7, if I get out of the state, if I stop affirming for some time, I will not get my manifestation. And this is the point from which the fear arises in them. They start thinking negatively and making negative assumptions out of fear, and these assumptions spiral them downward. They are so obsessed with the idea of living from the end that they fail to live from the end. What I am trying to say is, instead, they think that they must repeat affirmation all day in order to get their desire. This is definitely not living from the end. The feeling of living for the end is the inner knowingness of having that desire. You repeat the affirmations to confirm that you have already received what you desired. In a way, you are reminding yourself that your specific person is in love with you. You are reminding yourself that you have the amount of money you want. You are reminding yourself that you are the kind of person you wanted to become. When you do this correctly, you land in the state of having your wishes fulfilled. It is good that you reach here, but you don't have to stay there 24/7. When you make it the sole objective of your life and reject your current life experience, you are making a mistake. As it is not about living from the end all the time, but living from the end majority of the time. This is what Simone was conveying through her comment. It is not about having the feeling of the state of wish fulfilled all the time, but majority of the time. The feeling of the inner knowingness must be your dominant feeling. It must be your dominant state instead of trying to maintain it all the time. You don't have to be constantly live in the state of having your desire, as we are shifting from infinite states of reality. That means we are constantly changing. It only have to be your dominant state. You don't have to sit in your room all day and affirm or visualize. I totally reject this idea because we are living beings and we exist to experience life. Life is all around you. Desires are some tiny ideas that pop up in your mind that make you feel that you are incomplete, and you consciously manifest them in order to achieve the state of a wish fulfilled, the state of satisfaction, or the state of wholeness. Your dominant assumption must be that you have the desire. Focus on the word dominant, and write it everywhere, in the comment section and in your sticky notes. This video is a reminder for everyone to stop obsessing and start persisting. In the book, Power of Awareness, Neville Goddard mentioned, by desiring to be other than what you are, you can create an ideal of the person you want to be and assume that you are already that person. If you hold on to this assumption long enough, it will become your dominant feeling and you will achieve your goal. The ideal you hope to achieve is always ready for incarnation, but unless you yourself offer it human parentage, it is incapable of birth. Pause the video and repeat this, read this, and remind yourself of what Neville was conveying to you. I'd like to share one of my assumptions that has helped and continues to help me overcome my doubts and disbelief. From my childhood to the point where I am physically, I am grateful to every individual and experience that helped me develop this assumption that I can. I live with this idea, and I achieve many things from it. As I am writing this, I can feel goosebumps. Even though I am sharing these concepts with you, it is not like I never face doubts or defeats. I face them, but dominantly. I feel that it may not be true right now or physically present here, but I can make it happen. I can do this or that. I can become who I want to be. This idea of I can helps me navigate through challenges beautifully. You too can adopt this. It is a well-known quote of Henry Ford: whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. This attitude will help you drive through failures or defeats. In some ways, failures are an opportunity to win or succeed, but giving up after a failure is unquestionably a defeat. It is all about how you look at things. In my life, I also enjoy failures because they provide me with opportunities to win and allow me to experience human emotions. The human experience for which we are all here. So, what you care about the most is important. Your dominant feelings are important. If your dominant assumptions are, you can, then you can. If your dominant assumption is that you are wealthy, even though that is not true for you right now, but you persist in it dominantly. Then all the forces of the universe will work in a direction and put you in circumstances that reflect your assumptions to you. You don't have to do it the whole day, but play with the idea of having your desire majority times. Play with this idea by reminding yourself that isn't it wonderful that everything is perfect in my life. Play with it for 15, 20 minutes, 3, 4 times a day, and you will be amazed by what happens. Ask yourself, what would it be like were it true that I now embody that state? How would I feel? And in response to that question would come a feeling that corresponds to that end. Learn then to think from that end. Though reason denies it, though everything denies it, you occupy that end. It's now, you're investing it, and these will become real within your world. I dare you to live your life and engage in your daily activities with the feeling of your wish being fulfilled. Immerse yourself completely in the sensation of a wish being fulfilled, and don't worry if you fall out of it. You can always return, and it will happen. So, I hope you learned something wonderful today. Subscribe if this video gave you the clarity you were seeking. I will meet you with another golden nugget. Happy manifesting.